Merry Christmas, y'all. I'm Catfish Dave, and today we're going to catch some catfish and learn about the true story of Santa Claus. I've got every rod I own in the boat and quite a bit of bait. So I'm guessing these catfish should keep me pretty busy while I'm telling you all this story. Got some fresh gizzard shad, and I've got some frozen skipjack. We're going to do a combination of suspend fishing. Looks like I've got a little bit of flow in the river here. So while I've got some flow, I'm probably going to throw some lines out. It's the day before Christmas Eve here in East Tennessee. Water temps are 50 degrees. About 4 degrees colder than last time I fished. I'm going to throw a couple lines just dead on the bottom because we're already suspended here, and not real likely that we would catch a flathead in these water temps, but it could happen and we're in a good spot for it. So I'm going to throw some lines out with the bait just right on the bottom. The bait. Santa Claus was originally from Lafayette, Louisiana. He was a catfisherman, like me, like a lot of you people that are watching this. He spent his days on the Vermilion River running through downtown Lafayette, fishing for catfish. Across the Vermilion River from where he fished were some houses. And he noticed this one house dead across from where he fished, and this young boy used to just sit on the porch. And the boy looked sad all the time. The other kids of the neighborhood, they'd be riding their bikes or playing with toys that they had, and this boy, he just sat on the porch. Didn't seem like he had any toys. One day, another catfisherman come out there and they got to talking about it. And the other catfisherman informed Santa Claus that the boy's mama was a hoe, a lady of the night. She made her living off something she was given. Although she made a pretty good living, she had bad habits. She had addictions. And she never spent her money on her little boy, and not even on Christmas when all the other kids got their toys. Christmas time rolled around, and Santa Claus was fishing for catfish on the other side of the river, and he saw all the other kids playing with their toys, and this one young boy was just sitting on the porch with nothing to play with. Santa Claus became angry and felt sorry for the boy, and so he went to town, got the boy some toys, knocked on the boy's door. The mom opened up the door. He walked in the house, set the toys on the floor, and he looked at the boy's mom and said, "Ho, ho, ho." The next day, Santa Claus was catfishing on the bank, and he could look across the river and see that little boy playing with his new toys. As he sat there fishing for catfish, he thought in his mind, you know, you never know there could be more little boys like that has a mama that's a hoe. The next Christmas rolled around, and Santa Claus remembered that little boy, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna go buy him a toy. He knocked on the little boy's door, and this time the boy's mama didn't let him in. The man knocking at the door was the one that called her a whore. So he waited till that night when there was no more light, and he climbed down the chimney, set the boy's toys on the floor, and went over to his mama's bedroom and knocked on the door. She opened up the door and seen Santa Claus and said, oh no. And he looked right at her and said, ho, ho, ho. There we go. First fish on, a Mad Cat's carbine rod there. Yeah. Well, looky there, y'all. We got a flathead for Christmas. Yeah. We got a flathead for Christmas. That's why I threw them baits out on the bottom. Ah. 50-degree water temps. Couple days before Christmas, and we got a flathead. See there, people? Miracles do happen. Tell them Merry Christmas there, Mr. Flathead. Yeah. Take that right there. Now, Santa Claus had some problems of his own. He was always out fishing and wasn't keeping his wife happy at home. One day he came home from fishing and he caught her cheating on him. He tiptoed into the bedroom, quiet as a mouse, and he grabbed the man by the throat and threw him out of the house. And he looked at his wife and said, ho, ho, ho. Well, the wife wasn't too happy about that, and she wasn't really attracted to Santa Claus no more because in his older age he had gotten fat. So she told Santa Claus she wanted a divorce. Santa Claus went to court. They give his wife the house, told him he had to pay alimony until she was 93 years old. Now, Santa Claus didn't have no job. He was just a cat fisherman. He had no place to live, no way to pay alimony. So he skipped the border and went up to the North Pole. When he got up to the North Pole, there was nothing to do. There was no rivers to fish. Everything was froze up. There was no jobs up there, nowhere to work, nowhere to go out. The people up there were very small people. They were called elves. They were small because there wasn't nothing to eat up there. And he sat around bored, watching these homeless elves, and he kept thinking about that little boy and the joy that came to him when he brought that boy presents. He said, you know what? A lot of these elves are homeless, ain't got no place to live, nowhere to work. I'm gonna have some of them come live with me, and they could build toys that we could give to more little boys across the world. He said, you never know, There could be other little boys out there that's got a mama that's a hoe. So he made it his priority to make sure all little boys got toys on Christmas. That bit just like a flathead, just sitting there with it. Yes, sir. I figured we'd be a little lucky getting 2 flatheads in December, either way. Pre-Christmas blue catfish. When it came time to deliver these toys, he realized there were no roads, driving would be difficult, and he had a warrant out for his arrest for not paying alimony. So he didn't want to get caught driving. Now up there, the snow was so deep, deer couldn't walk, so they knew how to fly. So he got these reindeer that knew how to fly, and he built them a sled. And that's how they delivered toys to all the little boys. Now, Santa Claus had a way of knowing which of those boys' moms was naughty and nice. And if them boys had a naughty mom, he'd climb down the chimney, he'd set the toys down on the floor, point at the mama, and say, ho, ho, ho. A lot of these boys' moms was getting upset that some fat man in a red suit was calling them a hoe. So they would call in and report it, and finally it got out that this was happening in cities all around. The more of those bad moms that was in a town, the more you would hear the words ho, ho, ho when Santa came around. They eventually tracked him down and was fixing to make an arrest. So he thought moving over to China would probably be best. He made it over there to the border in Bangkok, Thailand, and they would not let the reindeer through customs. So he had to send the reindeer back home. The elves couldn't speak Chinese, so they went back home. Now you can Google this, and research will show that over in Bangkok, there's an estimated 400,000 to 600,000 of those ho, ho, ho's. So Santa had a brainstorm. He said, you know what? I can get my parts right over here next door in China, and I got all these ho, ho, ho's that I can get to build toys for all the little boys. So he went through the streets negotiating with these hoes and said, look, you come stay with me and help me build these toys. I'll give you a free place to stay, and you don't have to live your life this way. So he recruited a bunch of these hoes, and then that's how the rest of the story goes. No more elves, no more reindeers. You now get your toys through FedEx and UPS. But Santa Claus keeps going strong because Santa knows there's lots of little boys without toys because their mama's a hoe. Oh, shoot. Got one on there, boy. He stays on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's pulling good. He's pulling good. Oh yeah. Make sure this drag's loosened up. Oh yeah, he's pulling good. This is why we wanted that one on the float down there. Big old blue catfish. Oh yeah. Straight below the boat too. It's usually a good one that does that. Let me get around here. Get around here. Oh! Oh. Good test for these old Mad Cat's rods. Yeah. There we go. There goes some drag. You know that Santa's on his way. He's got lots of toys and goodies in his sleigh. Woo! He's gonna sneak down the chimney and set him on the floor. And then point at your filthy ma and say, ho, ho, ho. Good one right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ah. That's a fat cat right there. Get on up here, son. That's a fat cat right there. Yeah, that's why we threw that one out there. Okay. You just sit tight right there, Mr. Fat Cat. All right, y'all. We got a picture of that fat tank. Ho, ho, ho! Take that right there. Little old small fish. Come on up here, Mr. Small Fish. Another cold December catfish. Yeah, he's cold. Santa Claus. Just a regular guy. A catfisherman like you and me from Lafayette, Louisiana. From the hardships he's seen from that little boy across the river to the hardships he faced on his own, he became the icon that we all know today. Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas. This is a video. There was fish in the video. That makes the fishing video. This is Catfish Day with another one. Signing out.